I need two hands for reading. Hello, you fucks. Oh, I should turn my lights up. Look at that. Hi,
Hey.
there I am.
Now we can see you.
Yay. Welcome to John
You're not in
Solo's
the
Beer
dark.
Brigade. I'm John Solo. This is Little Lissa Gramling. It is, we tape these on Thursday. They come out the following Monday, so it's Thursday, and I've had a long week. How are you, Little Lissa Gramling?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
My computer decided to chime.
Nice.
That's nice. Notification of more of possible Windows 11.
Woohoo! Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
Yeah. In October. I'm like, why are you sending me this now?
They're probably just finally updated. I do mine manually, like once a week I will go in and manually update just to make absolutely certain there's no surprises and everything works properly.
Well, I had to restart it last night, right before I went to bed.
Yeah.
It said, you need to restart. I'm like, okay.
Yep, so you just had an update, and now it's finally telling you what's possible now, which is really absolutely nothing different than the previous one.
No.
Anyways, this is the Ramblin Gramling Show. This is where we go over all the weekly releases of new audiobooks, mostly new, I'm assuming. We also have occasionally a narrator will send in a sample, which we'll play for you regarding one of their new releases. And finally, at the end, Little Lissa Gramling reviews a book that she has read or listened to. She has a bullet rating system, 1 to 5 bullets. 1 is there's not much smexy times. 5 is, oh my God, don't listen to this at work. Bullet breakers happen sometimes.
Or read at work.
Yeah, bullet breakers sometimes happen. That means you might need some rest for a couple days afterwards. So,
and the Amazon trucks come in and
exactly
water and bananas. And,
yeah, make sure your 220 plug works. All that good stuff. Anyways, let's get into this morning. The first one we have of the week is Obsessed with Coal, the North Avenue Live Guides, Book 4 by Sophia Nix, narrated by Sean Masters and Greg Boudreau. That's his fancy French name, and that means that this is really sexy, I would bet.
Probably.
After that, another one from him.
Yeah, Forgotten Mistake, Deadly Mistakes, Book 2 by Alice Winters, narrated by Greg Boudreau.
And then we had Fall of Two, Blood Brute, Book 2 by Dixon Rule, I don't know, narrated by Ivar Scott. And after that, we had a narrator send in a clip for us. Let me get the correct cover up. I'll flip over, kick back, and enjoy.
Hey everyone, this is Zach Alleman, aka Declan Winters, coming to you with a short little intro or teaser to Charlie and the Panther by Vinnie George, narrated by me. Mateo Garris wants to be left alone. Most people take the hint.
Is supposed to be Dominique and the Dolphin, not
Dominic, yeah.
Charlie and the... So which one went wrong here? Was it me?
No, I think it was him.
Fair enough. Well, we're still going to listen to Declan here, so kick back and enjoy.
Apparently, Charlie Marsh isn't most people. From the moment the Alpha, who smells like sunshine, sits down next to Mateo at the local shifter bar, Mateo's world tilts on its axis, making him want a future he didn't think he could have. One he doesn't think he deserves. Charlie has always had a thing for grumpy cats, so his instant attraction to Mateo isn't a surprise. But the intensity of his feelings and his possessive desire to protect the brooding Omega are. The more Charlie gets to know Mateo, the more he realizes they have in common, including scars that are more than skin deep. When pain from Mateo's past tries to make him push Charlie away, fate pulls them back to each other, binding them together forever and giving Charlie the chance to show Mateo he deserves everything he's ever dreamed of having. Charlie and the Panther is the 4th and final book in the Land and Sea Shifter Mpreg series, featuring a grumpy panther with a sweet tooth, a sunshiny manatee with a heart of gold, and an accidental claiming.
I mean, he sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, I was getting ready to do the joke, stick it in his blowhole. But now it's not really applicable. So, well, you all know what's coming after Dominic and the Dolphin, which is going to be awesome. Hey, dude, thanks for sending it in.
That one's still good as well. I mean,
I'm sure. Well,
was in there with him when he was working on it.
I'm in fairly regular contact with him too, and we're all really busy right now. I don't know what it is this time of year. I don't know why, but man, all of us are just booked beyond belief.
Nick seems to be very, very busy.
Yeah, we all are right now. Greg's going through the same thing. Kev's going through the same thing. We're all slammed, which is good for us.
Is that why we postponed Dungeons and D&D?
Yeah, absolutely. We were all. Yeah, we're all just like, I don't know what to do. So it is what it is. Anyway, thanks for sending that in. We do appreciate it. Next, we had Romeo versus Romeo, The Boys of Hudson Borough, Book 2 by Hayden Hall, narrated by Silas Hart. After that, we had
Save the Vampire, Wild Contracts, Book 3 by Mathematics, narrated by Kurt Graves.
And then we had The Bend in River. Mulligan's Mill, Book 3 by Robin Knight, narrated by Gabriel McKnight. After that, we had
Moving the Mountains, what?
Omnibus.
Okay. Silent Mountain Man, The Curious Mountain Man, and The Reclusive Mountain Man by Casey Cox, narrated by Kurt Graves.
The author that's fun to wear on your face. After that, we had Terribly Tristan, Bad Boyfriends, Inc., Book 3 by Sarah Honey and Lisa Henry, narrated by Grant Cartwright. After that, we had
Whiskey Sour, Miami Nights, and Club Lights, Book 2 by Addison Beck, narrated by Oscar Reyes and Logan Anar.
And then we had A Dagger of Twisted Starlight, Magic and Marvels, Book 3 by Max Walker, narrated by Simon Dornay and John Vertulo. And then we had
The River Prince, Realms of Love, Book 2 by Sheena Jolie.
Jolie.
Narrated by Joe Leslie.
Then we had Bro and the Beast, The Wolf's Mate, Book 1 by Joel Abernathy and L.C. Davis, narrated by Sean K. Jane and Javi Wilder. Then we had
His Deathbringer, The District, Book 1 by Courtney W. Dixon, narrated by Harley Chase.
And then we had Hunter's Forbidden Mate, M.M. Wolf Shifter Romance, Umbra Pack.
What was that?
I thought it was my stomach for a second, but
I thought it was too.
No, I didn't close the door to the booth, so that was a large truck. It's amazing what the booth stops when I close my door.
Wow.
Anyways, Hunter's Forbidden Mate, M.M. Wolf Shifter Romance, Umbra Pack Chronicles, Book 5 by Blake R. Wolf and David Lane. Wasn't he in that the Bird Nest movie with Robin Williams, Birdcage? Nathan Lane. Anyways.
That's Nathan Lane.
Oh, sorry. After that, we had Color of Blood, St. Lakes by April Kelly, narrated by Simon Dornay. Then we had
A Taste of Something Else by Lucas Kawika. Sure. Narrated by Sam Wells.
Then we had An Embrace to Hearten Me, the Magi Accounts Companion Stories, the Magic Accounts, Book 3.5 by Michelle Notaro, narrated by Zachary Zaba. And finally, we had
Tattoo Hearts, Tattoo Series, Book 1 by Elamy Pride, narrated by Sion Hard.
Elamy Pride, isn't that, like when you cut your nails and then you need to file the kind of, you use a Elamy Pride board on.
No.
I'm sorry about that. Finally,
what emery board.
What we've been looking forward to all week long. This is what little Lissa Gramling read this week. I'm going to flip this over.
This week, but yeah.
I'm not going to say a thing.
Yeah, sure. All right, Lucky Boys by Rowan. What was her name? Kingston. There we go. Bullet Breaker.
Hey-o.
It's MMM.
How do you work the bullet breakers, anyways? I mean,
wow.
Do you you hold your Kindle with one hand and then?
No.
Just checking. That's like a balancing act. Maybe it's suction cups to
there
the wall.
There is a thing I've seen on TikTok that people go around saying, You read this one-handed. And I'm like, okay.
I mean,
Anyway,
I guess that's why I don't do this, because I need two hands for reading. That's
we'll go with that. All right. Yeah, it was a wild ride. There was BDSM, primal play, and mystery. Two guys who used to be together, three guys who are together, and two more who have been together a couple times before. Two stepbrothers and one guy who doesn't like to be touched. It's a toucher version, yeah. Stepbrothers are high.
Halfophobia, I believe, is the name of that.
Yeah, well,
There's
you're
your
doing
little
a book
your
now
little
that has that
educational
in there.
piece. Halfophobia, yeah.
The stepbrothers are hired to do a job. The person who hires them ends up in not a good way. One of them has to go to the guy that he's been there before to help them, that he's been with before, and yeah. A shit ton happens. They figure out who's after the two stepbrothers. It's a great book. Rowan is a new to me author, but does a great job with this book. And there's a second one coming out later in the year, and I can't wait for that one.
I always loved the game Clue. You ever play that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I actually have the supernatural version of it.
I bet you do. But it's cool because it's like, you got to make the guess, and it's like he did this in the parlor with the candlestick, and it kind of sounds like what that book is. Like
Pretty much, yeah. Except it's like with a whole lot of sexy times.
I'd like to solve it, please.
I would too, because I'd like to know who's doing all this.
Right. With what? Probably no candlesticks involved. But anyways, you did a great job this week of putting this together. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm going to get back to the busy recording life here myself. We will see you all next week for yet another edition of Who Did What, Where, With What, How. Bye.
Bye.